Girls. Can't live with them, can't live without them. I've spent the last 7 years of my life trying to understand the secret Krabby Patty formula for making beautiful women fall in love with you. I went through the trials and tribulations of approaching thousands of girls at the mall, in the club, on the streets, on dating apps, you name it. Hundreds of rejections, hundreds of embarrassing moments, but also lots of positive experiences. And let me tell you, after dating, sleeping with, being in relationships with dozens and dozens of girls that 99% of guys would consider hot, girls who had 30 guys in their DMs at any given time, let me tell you some of the most insane things I've learned. Real quick though, if you're interested in working with me through one-on-one coaching, check out the link in the description box below. I think it'll really benefit you. Now, the first thing I'm gonna give some insight on is the mentality of these girls with top-tier looks. You see, you'd think that the majority of these attractive women have inflated egos. I mean, they get validation constantly from guys simping for them, from people liking their photos on social media, from other women being jealous of them. But the more of these women I've been around, the more I've noticed that their confidence, most of the time, is just a facade. Underneath that hot, bad bitch exterior, the vast majority of these girls are actually extremely insecure. See, when you have the entire world telling you how valuable and precious you are because you're beautiful, it puts an extreme amount of pressure on you to maintain that beauty. It's like their sense of self-worth is directly tied to them maintaining their beauty. And if one day they wake up and don't feel as beautiful as they usually do, then their sense of self-esteem gets absolutely destroyed. In fact, I distinctly have this memory where, after spending a night with a girl who was an aspiring model, she woke up, looked at herself in the mirror, and started literally having a panic attack. I asked her what was wrong, and she said something about finding a wrinkle underneath her eyes. I told her I didn't know what she was talking about, that I couldn't even notice what she was referring to. But she just kept freaking out, telling me how she was getting old. It was insane to me that she felt this way, but again, it just reinforced to me the idea that even the most beautiful women in the world are just like us. They have their demons, their insecurities. They need reassurance constantly that they're going to be alright as well. The second thing I learned about these girls in the top tier of looks is just how differently they get treated from everyone compared to your normal average girl. I've literally been in lines before with a girl, and the bouncer would let her cut the whole line, ahead of people who've been waiting for 2 hours. And then 9 times out of 10, if I were to tell the bouncer that I'm with her, he still wouldn't let me cut the line. But the moment my girl told him, "Hey please, he's my friend, can't you just let it go this once?" in her classic, sweet, seductive voice, he'd relent and say something like, "Alright honey, just this once," and then let me cut the line. It's actually insane how many perks a hot girl gets simply for her looks, for something that she didn't even have to earn. Girls will come up and want to be her friend. Businesses will try to hire her for a job on the spot as someone who'd be facing customers and bringing in sales. And of course, guys you don't even know will come up and try to win her from you. Which is why I actually don't suggest guys date women in the top tier in looks unless you're already extremely comfortable in your own skin. Cause you will have other guys hitting on her right in front of you. And if you get real defensive, aggressive, it just makes you look like a weak, insecure guy. You have to know that you're the man, and she wouldn't cheat on you simply for that fact. It's interesting though, because every guy treats her so special for her looks, the best way to win her over is to literally treat her like just a normal, average girl. I'm not saying don't do anything special for her, but if you act like you don't care that much about her looks and you're just genuinely interested in who she is as a person, then you're immediately gonna become that special guy. It's gonna make you seem higher value because if you can treat a hot girl just like any other girl, then the implication is that you're used to being around hot girls, and they'll feel way more comfortable around you as a result. Now, the third crazy thing I learned about hot women are that many times they're not even that hot. I know it sounds like a contradiction, but let me tell you, the right makeup can literally turn a girl who's a 6 out of 10 into an 8 out of 10. Even though I normally don't like to use this number system to rate girls, I remember one time I took a girl back home from the club. I thought I was the luckiest guy in the world. This girl had at least 10, 15 guys hitting on her throughout the night. Thankfully, the majority of these guys were awkward and had absolutely no game whatsoever. And with a bit of humor and confidence, I managed to get lucky, so to speak. So I pull her back to my condo, she's giggling, clearly hot and bothered, wanting to get physical. She says she wants to use the bathroom first to freshen up. Completely understandable. So I'm waiting on the bed, setting the vibe of the room. I got some really nice scented candles out, some smart LED lights I can control on my phone, set to dim. I got some smooth R&B jams playing in the background. I hear my shower head turn on, so I know she's washing up, and then 15 minutes later, she comes out. I look at her and I think, where the hell did Alice go? Did she teleport and a completely different girl take her place? I mean, damn, she looked like a completely different person after melting away the makeup from her face. I mean, don't get me wrong, she still had a great body, and I still ended up having fun that night, but damn, it made me realize that putting these girls at the club who look like 9s and 10s on the pedestal literally makes no sense at all. When you actually see these girls in real life, at home, without all the makeup, the hair done, you'll come to realize that most of the time, she's just another regular person. It removes your need to simp for her and makes you more comfortable with just getting to know her as a person before you invest all this energy into her. And then the fourth and final crazy thing I learned about women is that being an attractive woman is a curse in many ways. We talked earlier about how hot girls suffer from insecurity because they're mostly valued for just their looks. But this is honestly just the tip of the iceberg. See, good-looking girls will frequently complain to me that they're having a hard time dating. At first I was confused, like, how could that possibly be the case? But then I thought about it more and more, and it makes a lot of sense. See, the prettier you are as a woman, the more opportunities you have, but at the same time, the more enemies you make. See, if you're a creepy incel type of guy who can't get laid, and you see a beautiful woman, what are you gonna do? You obviously don't have any game or the confidence to approach her, so most likely you're gonna resort to harassing her, catcalling her, maybe stalking her or something like that. The stories that women have told me of the creepy guys they've had to deal with is insane. Guys who would follow them home from work, guys who threatened to kidnap her unless she slept with them, random strangers who would take pictures of them without any consent. Just really disheartening stuff. The reality is, being beautiful can be just as much of a liability as it is an asset. So before you judge these girls as having the easiest life ever, try and use a bit of empathy. Oddly enough, this is exactly the type of mentality that will make them want to be with you. So that's it for the video, and to summarize, we talked about 4 of the most insane truths when it comes to hot girls. The moral of the story is that the less you care about a woman's looks, and the more empathy you have with struggles she might be going through, and not trivializing them, the higher likelihood you'll have of actually dating one. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Peace.